Déménagement spectaculaire de 2200 tonnes d'acier la nuit dernière sur le port du Havre. Les techniciens chinois de ZPMC, le fabricant de portiques, ont fait translater une grue géante du quai de Bougainville vers le Zenhua, un navire spécialement dédié au transport de portiques.
Le port du Havre poursuit sa transformation avec une opération spectaculaire. Un portique a été démonté cette nuit, chargé sur un bateau arrivé de Chine pour un déménagement d'1 kilomètre à peine vers le nouveau terminal de Port 2000 qui sera mis en service en février prochain. Danilo Comodi et Margot Blanc-L'Œil.
Le principe est très simple puisqu'il suffit que le bateau se mette au niveau du quai et le principe est ensuite de tirer les portiques à bord du bateau par des câbles qui sont reliés au treuil du navire. Le principe est relativement simple, ceci dit les portiques font 2200 tonnes et la marge d'erreur est très réduite.
No doubt, the Port of Le Havre will remember the 15th of December 2011, when MS then World 20 from ZPMC Shanghai-based company berthed at Bougainville terminal and the following 3 weeks of preparation for a less than 2 miles voyage inside the port. After passing through the François Premier lock and leaving the port for a few minutes, the gigantic convoy carefully turned left into nearby Port 2000 to berth at the new TMMSC terminal to deliver its 4 steel monsters. Built in 1983, Zen World 20 with 247 meters in length was originally operated as a crude oil tanker to be then converted into a heavy lift carrier. ZPMC has already been a key actor in quite a number of spectacular operations across the world, among which the construction of Bay Bridge in the famous Bay of San Francisco.
Chaque portique coûte 8 millions d'euros. TNMSC, propriétaire des engins, veut rester secret sur le coût de ce déménagement, mais on peut dire qu'on approche le million d'euros. Et ce sont les ingénieurs chinois qui dirigent les opérations en fonction de la météo.
Nos portiques sont très hauts. Ils ont donc une très grande prise au vent. Pour le chargement, il ne faut pas que le vent dépasse force 6.
All tied up to their tasks, crew on board, technicians on the quay, with their sophisticated equipment and strong steel cables between water tank containers and the vessel, will play a major role during 3 full weeks. Additional rails installed below the original ones will help pull the cranes to reach the ship's side. Inch by inch, the beast seems to drag to its position, leaving 7 years of its life behind. Then it is the turn of hydraulic jacks to show off and lift the crane. They are put between the bogies, looking like wheel blades. The crane is lifted off the rails. Now the technicians can make the bogies hinge upon themselves, heading for the ship, and have the crane slowly proceed to its close destination on the other set of rails. At this moment, the winches and cables combine their efforts by pulling the crane from the ship, but also by holding it back from the shore.
D'abord, il faut accrocher le bestiau, un portique de 120 mètres de haut. Une vingtaine de techniciens chinois de ZPMC, le fabricant, préparent la translation du mastodonte du quai vers leur navire spécialement conçu pour le transport des grues géantes. Il faudra en tout 1 semaine pour charger les 4 portiques. Cette nuit, c'était au tour du 3e. Et après 1 heure de treuillage, c'est le moment où il ne faut pas se louper quand il faut franchir le mètre qui sépare le quai du bateau.
Le poids de la jambe arrière, il y a à peu près 1000 tonnes qui reposent à moitié sur le quai, à moitié sur le navire. Donc avant de continuer à tirer, on stoppe l'opération de tirage à bord du navire. Et le navire est en train de ballaster pour éviter que le navire prenne trop de gîte au moment où tout le poids va basculer à bord du navire.
23 ship ballast tanks counterbalance the weight transfer of the crane as it moves forward under the control of the crew. The NY-20 has a ballast capacity of over 93,000 tons to make sure the vessel remains stable by all means during the loading operation. Time has come to lash the crane on board to ensure the stability of the ship, and the only efficient way is to weld it directly on the vessel's deck. Even the spreaders, the crane spot that actually catches the containers, will strongly be welded on deck as well. Each of the cranes will have the same treatment. The convoy is now ready to sail to TNMSC New Terminal at Port 2000.
C'est fait, les 4 portiques du quai de Bougainville ont rejoint leur nouvel emplacement à Port-Neuville. Ces 4 géants de 2200 tonnes chacun avaient été chargés sur un transporteur chinois pour ce déménagement spectaculaire il y a 10 jours déjà. Depuis, le bateau n'avait pu bouger à cause du vent. Aujourd'hui, le Zanua a enfin pu passer l'écluse pour amener sa pesante marchandise, équivalente au poids de la Tour Eiffel, à son nouveau terminal. Les 2 premiers portiques entreront en service début février.
Four tugboats will see to it that the transfer is safely carried out. One forward pulling the ship and a second one on the aft, slowing her down, while 2 additional tugs carefully escort the convoy. Months of studies and preparation were needed to plan the operation, and more particularly for the awkward transit through the lock. The ship's positioning into the lock was calculated so that the crane's booms on port sides don't hit the 17-meter high drawbridge. On starboard side, engineers had also to make sure that the crane's back reaches do not touch the lock's control tower. Moreover, The lock itself is only 77 meters wide, and the ship's breadth is almost 42. Once again, tugboats have here a vital role. Once out of the lock, the vessel is at sea level in the tidal basin. The whole shifting operation would take 5 hours. The navigation of any vessel within the port is forbidden during the Havre 20 trip, as well as any cargo operation on the way. The same technique as for loading is used to discharge the cranes from the ship, although new elements make it more complex at port 2000, which is the tidal basin as opposed to the loading berth, with working windows limiting the working time as tide permits. Engineers must then manage with 2 windows per day, crossing their fingers for favourable weather. Tugboats assist the ship in a tricky discharging operation. After exactly 1 month spent in the port, the Havre 20 sails back to China. The brand new terminal will be operational by mid-February. A second ZPMC vessel is expected to call at Le Havre in the course of the year to transfer another 3 cranes, which will be waiting at Bougainville terminal to join the team of monsters. The port of Le Havre is definitely on the move to increase its status of major European port.